there are many places that being Jewish can intersect with the cancer experience. It's important to understand that Judaism isn't just a faith. It's a culture, it's a genetic legacy, and each of those things can impact a cancer diagnosis, treatment, and even survivorship. For some in the broader Jewish community, there's still a strong stigma around cancer and hereditary cancer mutation. A cancer diagnosis or the presence of a mutation may not be shared with friends or even family. This secrecy can mean less communal support. The following story illustrates how these concerns can impact a cancer experience.
When I was first diagnosed, I was so horrified about it that I told no one. It took me a lot of courage to even tell my husband. At that time, I couldn't tell my children, and my youngest daughter living at home was at a stage where she didn't know anything about breasts or breast cancer. Part of not telling them was because I didn't want my breast to be a discussion point in the family. Since we have arranged marriages, if there's an imperfection, people will just go on to the next possible person on the market and find somebody with a perfect background. So that's why we keep it very secret. I didn't do genetic testing because I didn't want to have my daughters and offspring, sisters, their children, all have to do preventative treatments. That was really scary to us. So we don't do it in the hope that Hashem, God, will give everybody a long life without sickness. Now that I've gone through this experience, I feel very sad for people in the community who are not able to talk about it.
Modesty can be another barrier to care. Many Orthodox women dress conservatively, and men and women do not touch members of the opposite sex who are not related to them. Sylvia's story illustrates how modesty impacted the feelings that surrounded her treatment.
Something that arose during my treatment that made being an Orthodox Jewish woman challenging was the fact that cancer treatment is very invasive. Once they diagnose you with cancer, the biopsy was done by a man. I just felt so uncomfortable because he was literally staring at me because he was doing a biopsy. I'd never had anyone stare at me like that. Radiation was more challenging than other parts of treatment because the radiologists 90% of the time were men. With the radiation, when I finally got used to one group of men, all of a sudden they would change shifts and it would be a different group of men. Always very professional, but it was just uncomfortable. It was hard going to radiation and, taking my blouse off, taking my bra off. It's another hurdle, especially when you're an Orthodox woman.
There is a taboo within the Jewish community regarding tattooing. Tattoos are commonly used to create guides and protect healthy tissue during radiation therapy. For those more traditional, altering the body, including tattoos, is considered forbidden. Others may have relatives who were tattooed against their will during the Holocaust, and getting a tattoo can feel like a betrayal of those relatives.
So there I was, fully awake and feeling very, very, very scared about it. I said, I'm just going to make a tattoo. A tattoo? We don't do tattoos in the Jewish religion. Yes, it's just going to be a mark so we can do the radiation. I was crying my eyes out. Nobody even thought to say that you're going to have a tattoo because it's such a minor thing, and it is just a dot.
I freaked out, and I just felt, can I tattoo my body when it's so against our religion? I felt I had to call my rabbi. What do I do about the tattoos? The rabbi said it's not a question. If that's how they have to plot where they're going to do it, then of course you go ahead and do it. But my parents are survivors, so a tattoo to me is like the worst thing in the world. My father had a number on his arm because the Nazis did that to him to make him feel like an animal. It's a constant reminder. It's a reminder that thank God I survived. So to have this on my body, even though it was okay, was difficult.
These are just a few of the ways that being Jewish might impact a cancer experience. And we know that providing culturally nuanced care and support has been proven to have a positive impact on medical outcomes. Sharsheret educates healthcare providers in the critically important nature of this support. Sharsheret also provides those affected by breast cancer, by ovarian cancer, or those living with a higher diagnostic risk with the type of culturally nuanced care we've been discussing, all customized, confidential, and completely free.